Good afternoon, family. Today's video is about a very, very controversial topic that's been out in the news for the last couple of years. Today, we want to talk about gun ownership, responsible gun ownership. Um, so let's get to it. I am a fan of the Second Amendment. I believe every person has the right to bear arms. I'm not a fanatic. I won't go overboard with it. So if you have different opinions, I respect it. I understand it. I respect it. But from my end and my point of view, I use it for home protection because I have a business that I need to protect myself and the business. Um, I value my life. I value the protection and life of my family and friends and my loved ones. I value my home. I value my personal space. I value my peace. And the criminals have them. So I want to do everything possible, legally possible, to protect myself and my family. Because there are a ton of individuals out there that don't value life, that don't value love. So they don't hold the same types of values and morals that I might have. So this kind of levels the playing field. Levels the playing field out a little bit. So a bully won't be a bully. So if you have, two people in the same plane, you won't think twice about it. So I'm just giving gun ownership kind of levels the playing field out a little bit. Gives you a little bit of comfort, at least for me. Again, I understand why, some people say you don't need a gun, that's what the police are. I'm with you 1,000%. That's why the police are there. I've called them. I've called them on, there's different situations. But for me, this gives me comfort. It gives me peace in my home. It gives me peace of mind when I'm on the road doing business, collecting money, or doing things of that nature, or I'm out with my family. Again, if I never told you I was a gun owner, you would never know. I'm not the type of one that brandish my guns or show them off for fun, because to me, that's being an irresponsible gun owner. So again, my job here is to kind of educate and take you through my mindset of a typical, well, might be a typical gun owner of color, not even just of color, just a typical gun owner, but I'm just happen to be a black guy that owns a gun legally. It's kind of take you through my mindset and what I go through and why I purchased the guns that I did. So let's get into it. The first one I have is a smaller handgun, and I have the Smith and Wesson SD9. Good personal, you know, handgun. Reliable, very reliable. I've never had it jam on me. I never had it misfire. The kickback is very minimum, very accurate to me. It's very accurate when I go to the gun range. Lay off a few rounds. This one's is a 9mm. I believe they come in a 40 cal and a 45 cal, if I'm not mistaken. But again, this one here is a 9mm. Like I said, very light. Majority is plastic. Here down is plastic. Up here is metal. This is the only metal part of the gun. Like I said, easy to fire, easy to carry on you. It's not very cumbersome. Powerful little handgun. Like I said, this one here is a 9mm. It holds 17 rounds, 16 in the magazine, and one in the chamber. And I keep 17 at all times. 17 at all times. And this one's always around me. This one's always closest to me. Because I can, kind of handle it quick. If I need to get off a round quickly, it allows me to. Again, this one here is, like I said, 9mm. And I fill it with hollow points. 9mm hollow points. I don't know if you can, let me see if I can kind of zoom in. If you can see like the tip of the bullet. It's hollow. It's not rounded. It's hollow. So a hollow point. How can I? Try to explain the easy way I can. A hollow point is if you've seen Iron Man with Tony Stark. The first Iron Man, when he was out in the desert and he got hit with the bomb, and the bomb kind of exploded and the shrapnel kind of hit his heart. That's what a hollow point does. So when a hollow point hits its target, instead of it like a regular bullet mushrooms when it hits the target, this one, the tip kind of explodes, spreads out. So when it hits you or a target or whatever, it breaks apart, which makes this type of bullet very effective for suppressing the threat because it breaks up in you. So that's why Tony Hawk has a power source in his heart to keep the shrapnel away from killing him. That's what a hollow point is. It breaks up in you, which you will feel even if they take the bullet out. So that was perfect for me. That was a no-brainer for me. So that's what I have. And, we can have a discussion of why you should have that, but that's what I have. Again, gun super easy to use. It was my first weapon years ago. Again, honestly, I've had no issues with it. I love it. I recommend it as a first one. Again, it's easy to use. You ready to rock and roll? Just like that. You're ready to rock and roll. No safety. That's I'm kind of iffy about that. But I have kids. My kids are older. But again, like I said, when you hear that click clack, you're ready to rock and roll. Now, one thing, I always recommend to have something in the chamber. Don't be like the movies where it's cool to cock it back in front of somebody. No. That's movie. That's movie hype. You never want to do that. If you're in a situation where you have to pull out your weapon, you never want to cock it right in front of your threat. You should be able to rock and roll right then and there. It should be one motion. And if you go to gun training, they would tell you that it should be all in one motion. You're not cocking back to see what. No. You don't have no time for that. That's, like I said, that's movie stuff. That's good for the movies. It's good for props. Not good in real life. But again, I keep this with me. I'm very aware that it doesn't have a safety, so I am responsible enough to keep it in situations and where it won't kind of fire on its own. But that's something to think about. But there are handguns that do have safety, which if you're interested in that, you can kind of do your research on that. But that's my first one. That's a handgun. The next gun I want to talk about is a very, very popular gun of controversy. It gets a lot of negative hype. I don't want to say hype, but it gets a lot of negative publicity for various reasons that it should, because some of the worst disasters or gun cases or gun shootings involve this next weapon that I own. I legally own. Most importantly, I legally own. Is AR-15. It's a popular gun. It's very versatile. It's man, you can do a ton of things to these things. It's like I said, I personally love it. I've always asked, why do you need military style weapons? Good question. I need military style weapons because the bad guys have military style weapons. So I want military style weapons. I want to be on the same playing field. I want to overmatch my good for their bad. So if you got something that's high powered, guess what? I'm illegal to get something that's high powered. So I want you to think twice about doing something negative to me and my family and violating our protection and our rights. That's why I have military style weapons. We can argue about that. I would love to have a debate, a healthy debate. There's no one opinion is actually wrong. So again, let me show you the next one I have. Like I said, it's AR-15. Here, this is that's my baby right here. This particular model is a Ruger AR-15. Again, it's very versatile. Very versatile rifle. Again, this one is take the clip out, put it down. Like I said, you can move fast with this. It's not very cumbersome. You can good. It's not a lot of kickback. It's very smooth. This one here holds 5.56 rounds. Also accepts 223s. Again, very versatile. You can do a ton of things to them. You can modify them to the roof and back. This one here is a little plain Jane right now because I kind of I kind of took all of the accessories off and redoing it again. You can have scopes, you can add knives. You can hold additional clips on here. Flashlights, man, you can, whatever you need to do, you can modify it. Like I said, modify it to the roof. But that's another video that you can look up for yourself and do on your own. Sorry, putting it back down. But again, like I said, that gun right there is very versatile, and I understand why it has a bad rap, because a lot of irresponsible people that have a lot of issues, or they got them super easy, which I have a problem with, and I'm a gun owner. I have a problem with sometimes how easy it is to get that. In certain states, you can get that gun in 30 minutes. Legally get that gun in 30. You can walk in the gun store, fill out some paperwork, and be out the store in 30 minutes with that. Multiple ones of that. That I have a problem with. I don't mind waiting. You know, if you want to do a super background check to make sure my mental health is right, I didn't do nothing in the past, do I have anything against me, or, you know what I'm saying, I don't mind that part. That's what we need more of. Again, that's another video. This, again, it's not a political video, but that's just my train of thought. Again, like I said, gun very versatile. I had a situation a few weeks ago where I had to pull that out in my home. I had an intruder. I had my alarm go off my backyard, and this is at night, like 10:30 at night. Had an intruder, saw him on my camera, lurking in my backyard, come up to my patio, to my back door, and I saw him trying to breach it. Then, like I said, 10:30 at night, and again, I say, okay, I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. I was actually prepared, because I go through this type of, you know, situations in my mind often. If it goes down, all right, what am I going to do? Call the police, let them know what's going on. So I had an intruder at my back door. They told me, stay calm, lock yourself in the room, be safe. I'm not going to feel like a victim in my own home. That's why I have my security team here. And, you know, I said, no reason, but hurry, because if he breaches the door and enter my home, he won't make it. That's just me as a homeowner, protecting myself, because I have people that love me. I have people that depend on me, and I don't know the mindset of the person. And my thought is to not only suppress the threat, to eliminate it. If you enter my home unwillingly and unwelcome, point blank. That's me. Now, that's one of the things of being a gun owner that you have to go through. Now, I was ready. I was at my back door, you know, weapon pointed, ready, rock and roll. He didn't breach the door. No shots were fired. He ran off when the sirens came, which is great. That's the ideal situation. You know, and he ran off. Again, that's why I have these weapons, for situations just like that. So, again, that's up to you. But I'm just giving you my story, my background on, you know, why I have this. Um, Again, so let me just take you to another one I have. This one's a little larger, a little more cumbersome, but um, let's get to it. This one right here is the Panzer Arms AR-15. Here we go. This monster right here is a shotgun in an AR form. You know, I have the front holder. The barrel is not that long. This one here comes with a magazine that holds. Take the magazine out. Put her down for a second. Give me a second. Holds 10 rounds. It holds, 10 rounds of either 3-inch slugs, 3-inch shells, or 2.25 shells. Clip down for a second. Sorry. So holds 10 of these. So I'm gonna bring up the 9mm as comparison. This is a 9mm. This is what the AR-15 holds. 10 of these. Now, I got this one because for a show of force. That's the only reason why. One of the biggest reasons I got the AR-15. Show of force. Imagine someone with a 9mm and someone with one of these, with 10 of these coming at you at speed and accuracy, no pump. All I'm doing is squeezing. 10 of these. You're going to be intimidated. I don't care who you are. The size of the gun, you're going to be intimidated. I got this one for that reason, intimidation factor. So, again, 9mm shotgun shell. This one's a 3-inch. 10 of these coming at speed and accuracy. So, put this down. Her down. Back. Again, as I didn't show with the other one, this one does these ARs. They do have safety. Turn her around. You can see she's on safety right now. Now with the clips in, let me see if I can get her in. So, clips in. What I would normally do is right here, cock her back, boom. Switch her over here so I can show you where the safety is. Safety's in arm reach of the trigger. She's on safety right now. Click her down, finger on the trigger, point, squeeze. That's all you need to do. And you got 10 rounds of them. 10 rounds of this baby. Again, this one's heavy. Reason why I got her, she's intimidating. She's big, she's powerful. Intimidation. That's why I got this one. Now, again, why do you need those? That's overkill. Exactly. It's overkill. That's the point. Protection. The point is not to use these at all. As a gun owner, you never want to use your gun. That's the last resort. For me, that's the last resort that I want to do. I never want to pull my gun out. I always want to talk out the situation. I always want to try to get out of the situation. That's my first resort. Violence is never the first resort. Talk, walk away. But, again, I want no problems. But, if it's a problem, no problem. So, think about what I just said. I don't want any problems, so I'm going to do everything to avoid a problem. But, if I can't get out that problem keeps persisting, no problem. I don't match energy with energy. I match it with my energy. My first thought is always to walk away from any situation. Cooler heads always prevail. That's the point of being a responsible gun owner. You can't pull this out every time you have a misunderstanding. It doesn't work like that. That's irresponsible. With this, you can easily change the course of your life in a wrong situation, under a misunderstanding, at a split second. They don't tell you that when you purchase the gun. They don't tell you that, oh, when you get this, your heart is gonna be racing a million miles a minute. Your mind's gonna be all over the place. Your thoughts are gonna be all over the place. Your breathing is gonna be erratic. Your adrenaline level is gonna be so high. Your senses, you're gonna be so heightened with your senses. And anything can change at an instant moment if you pull that trigger. You know, I kind of tell the young guys all the time that, you know what? Just because you don't pull a trigger doesn't make you any less of a man. But just because you pull a trigger, that don't make you a man either. So that's the point of being a responsible gun owner. You should never pull it out at any given time. That shouldn't be your first answer. That should be your last one. You should never want to pull out your gun. You should never want to fire your weapon. But here's the key but. If it's time, if you pull it out, you better be ready to use it. You better be ready to fire it. Don't pull it out and say, oh, you want me to use it? No, because guess what? The same gun that you pull out, someone might have the same thing and won't hesitate. So they always stress that too in certain instructional trainings that you should go to. You pull this out, you better be ready to use it without any hesitation. Any hesitation can take your life. Any hesitation. So if you're not ready to shoot, if you're hesitant, if you're not built for that, don't purchase a gun. That's something they won't tell you about. They won't tell you if you're in a situation, things are going around you. It's not like the TVs, oh, let's talk it all, I'm going to cock it to the side, I'm going to cock it, point to the side, have a whole conversation. No. It doesn't work like that. Things happen at speed of light, at a blink of an eye. Things can change the situation. Situation can change at a blink of an eye. So take all that into factor. And then go to a range. Say, hey, can I rent a gun and go to the range and fire all shots? Because that first bang explosion, it's gonna scare you to death. Depending on what you have, or depending on what gun you get, what caliber you get, it's gonna be a lot of kickback. So again, you gotta boom, boom, boom. Your thoughts gonna be all over the place, but you gotta be focused. That's where the focus comes in. So I would do all of that before I even purchase a gun. I would go to a range. Say, hey, can I rent a gun? Different types of guns. Get situated, get familiar with it. Go to the training. Training is cheap, it's easy, it's actually fun. And then do all the research that you can. Because, like I said, I don't want to say it's a way of life. There's certain people out there that are more gun-ho, more gun fanatics. That's not me. Definitely, I am a fan of firearms. I am a student of it. I try to be a student of it and try to learn and research everything I can on a particular weapon that I might want or interested in before I make the purchase, which you should do. But again, it's all of those things wrapped into one with gun ownership. But again, I hope this is informational for you. I hope I put some insight in from that you didn't know. But if you guys have some comments, please let me know, because I'd love to have an open conversation about this. I would love to hear some of the comments that you have, or some of the things. So I just showed you some of the things I have a lot more. I don't want to get into everything I have, but I just wanted to show you some of the more popular ones, the handguns and the assault rifles, the legal assault rifles that I own, all legal. Make that disclaimer. Every weapon that I have is all legal. But again, that's my take on being a responsible gun owner. I think I needed to at least portray that, relay that information all to the world. But again, appreciate what y'all doing. Appreciate y'all listening to what I have to say. And again, One.